Hey, this is Martin Solveig, and you're listening to Beats and Booze.
All right, that was Intoxicated by Martin Solveig here on Beats and Booze. That song still bumps.
I'm so excited for this show.
And
I'm
now we
excited
have
that Martin's here.
He is here. Welcome,
And
Martin.
Thanks
What's
so
up?
much for having me. I'm always very excited to be in New York.
Intoxicated has been. I just can't even explain how amazing that song is.
It's been a steady banger every
Yeah.
summer since it came out. So it's just fantastic job
See,
on that
there's
one.
this one club.
It's almost a wedding song.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've played it at a wedding before.
Probably, yeah.
100%.
There's this one place that we all go to down the Jersey Shore. It's called DJs, and they've been bumping this song since it came out, and everyone just goes nuts.
I think I've seen videos of this.
It's
probably.
And I wanna thank the guys for the support because
it's one of those
been-
places where you should play, and it's probably the greatest place on earth.
Yeah.
Just,
Right.
yeah.
We got to get you there this summer.
Yeah, I really have to get you there.
Okay.
So what have you been up to this whole summer? I know you do a residency in Ibiza at Pasha.
Mhm.
How's that?
Well, Ibiza it's great. It's taking a lot of my youth and my shape, I have to say, because it's quite intense. It's 20 weeks back to back every Wednesday. It's a very long season there in Ibiza, but I love the place. I've actually bought a small house
Oh, it's great.
there, and I kind of live there.
It's probably smart.
Part time.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of the center of where I am especially during the core of summer. But I've played really a lot in Europe recently, just based on natural, I guess, evolution of
Right.
success
Yeah.
and everything. Because
Mhm.
I've had more like crossover kind of success in Europe in the last year. But it's all good, and I'm still enjoying my time traveling everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it's got to be nice to be bouncing around all over. But in the summer, I know Ibiza's Ibiza, but like you said, you were touring all over Europe. Is there one place in particular, aside from Ibiza, that you really enjoy playing?
There are many places that are kind of up and coming. I would say that probably Portugal is definitely one of them. It's really a place where it's extremely fresh and with a great energy.
Right.
Italy is always great. Basically, all the south of Europe is always quite crazy during summer. Mallorca also just right next to Ibiza is a bit of a
Right.
surprise.
Have you been over to China? Have you been doing that kind of circuit yet?
No, I do Asia. I've been doing Asia for a long time.
Right.
Mainly Southeast Asia,
Right.
like from Singapore to Nam to Thailand and all these countries. China is for the moment is very EDM,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm more house than
Yeah,
EDM.
so that's
and
housey, yeah.
So I guess it's I get clearly offers to go there, and I wish I can. I've quite reduced the number of shows that I'm doing a year now, so
Yeah,
I
you can only
can't-
do so many.
No, I don't do so many.
I was gonna say, I mean, like we've had Bob Sinclair on the show, and we were all kind of surprised that he doesn't drink or anything like that.
Yeah, but this guy is really like is very is pushing the boundaries of being clean and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
I mean,
he
it's-
has like a kind of athlete
Right.
hygiene.
Yeah, I don't know how you get through Ibiza without having a couple drinks all summer. You know what I mean? He's there every week taking pictures with all the butts in his face.
Yeah. He has his own routine. You
Yeah.
know? Butts in his face, no drinks, orange juice in the morning. I know him very well.
Yeah.
That's why he's still there after all the time.
Yeah.
So you mentioned some of your crossover success. Now your song "Hello" is just a staple. Period.
Oh
With
yeah.
Dragonette. So how did that whole thing come together? That song itself.
A little bit by accident, especially if you consider the Dragonette collaboration, because I mean we worked on that song like actually shore to shore. She was in Canada, I was in France. We were like swapping files over the internet and a little bit messing around and not really, I think, getting or knowing exactly where where it was going to go, and everything kind of happened by accident with Hello. There was like for example, a sync in the US that really made it explode.
Yeah.
And in Holland, it was like a charity that I gave the track to, because they were doing a charity event, something, and then it became, so it was like it's the best when it's like so organic and you don't see it coming.
I was gonna say that kind of just blew up organically, like you just said.
Did.
But all right, so you've been DJing for years and years and years. How did you? 20 years. That's crazy. How did you get started? Was it always DJing first, or did you start producing?
It's no, actually, I started DJing, and then out of the probably the DJing thing that I wanted to do, I started to work on edits, and then from edits I started to do more edits and more, like, started to make beats, and little by little it became tracks, and then from tracks it became songs, and then so it was very I did pretty much everything on my own in my bedroom when I was at my parents' place when I was really a kid. Actually, it's more than 20 years ago, all of this, because I started DJing at 13, but it was a different era, of course. There was pretty much no internet. We were still playing on vinyl.
What were you playing back then? Like, what was your kind of like foray into the?
I was my first kind of style was actually garage and New York house, Jersey house.
Okay.
And so not far from here.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's interesting.
Like Louis Vega and Jovan and all these guys who live near, I guess. I mean, I think Louis now is in Miami, but
no, that's awesome.
Originally from here.
All right, so your track with Alma. I mean, this song was everywhere
Solveig
this summer.
Jams.
Yeah,
like they're just, every single song is really good.
It's true.
It's amazing.
We're big fans, if you
Very
can't
big
tell.
Fans. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, guys.
So how did this song come about with Alma?
So it's a song that I had for years, and I was just not really able to finish it. There was kind of something missing,
right?
And this thing missing was Alma. And last winter I was in London in studio sessions and working, and we met each other through a friend, and we cut the song in one session. It was like super. I mean, we decided that we wanted to try to work on something together, and I played like a few of my demos or instrumentals or stuff, and I played this one, and she said, "Oh, that's interesting," and we tried, and for the first, I've done many attempts on that one, and for the first one it kind of fell exactly at the right place, and so I was very happy, and it was released just a few weeks after.
Awesome.
That's great. All right, well, let's get into it. Here is All Stars by Martin Solveig featuring Alma here on Beats and Booze. That was All Stars by Martin Solveig featuring Alma here on Beats and Booze, and now we are at the part of the show where our previous guest leaves a question for you, which is
we can't remember any of the previous whoever the previous guest was.
We're running out of good ones, I feel like.
We're just going to give you a question that's been asked by Alan Walker that we usually like to ask sometimes. He wanted to know, well, not you, any DJ. Would you rather burp confetti or fart glitter?
Definitely burp confetti. I'm not a big farter.
See? I'm with him on this.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
We've had a lot of people say fart glitter, and I said that would be super uncomfortable to have glitter in your underwear all day. Yeah. You know? Plus,
That's
you're
true.
farting. Not as, it's all right. All right, so you have a question for our next guest who will be above and beyond.
So first, hi, guys. Congratulations on all the success and the whole thing. It's very impressive. My question is, how do you manage to look younger and younger every year on the Ibiza billboard?
I think that's Photoshop. I think that's a little airbrush.
Yeah.
All right, we will be sure to find out their beauty secrets. I feel like that's not the first time.
That's not.
Who?
Somebody wanted to know Bob Sinclair's, what his beauty secret was.
Yeah, and Gareth Emery.
Yeah, Gareth Emery too.
Yeah, he wanted to know something like that. All right, well, before we let you go, 2018, what can we expect? What are you working on?
I'm working on many tracks. That's the big difference from basically the last 4 or 5 years, where I've put out maybe 1 or 2 songs a year. I don't want to call it an album yet, but it may be.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Heard it here first.
I mean, I'm sure this is not the first, but
Oh, that's fun. Well, we will look forward to it. Shout out your socials. Where can people find your stuff?
Well, I guess Spotify is the music is everywhere, I
yep.
think, but the rest of the adventure is on Instagram.
Cool.
Perfect. Love it. All right, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
It was
thank you
an
so much for
honor
being here.
meeting you,
Of course.
and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.